This is Janet. Live session. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. I know some of you say, Janet, we miss you. I was so busy yesterday. I came back with a headache. Now I've eaten. I feel better. So I can do this live session quick before I move on. I know I promised some of you I'll do conferences in the United States. I'm here to cover conferences in the United States, okay? I'm going to do conferences in the United States. To be quite honest, Canada is still close to COVID, okay? America is open, depending on which part of America, okay? I can just tell you right now, in Texas, we are open. That's why you see Janet up and about, driving to Dallas, back, you know. I have to show up. I said, I'm going to do conferences for you right now, okay? And I'm going to say, you know, just invest your time in that conference. Let's not even waste time. Right now, you have a pen and paper. Just go and write down conferences in the United States, Google, and then have a plan. I missed you too. And thank you for the good comments. And thank you, yes, I bought a Mercedes-Benz. I love it. I told you. I loved one of your comments here. She said, Janet does what she says. I love that. There's no single thing I tell my people. If I'm not planning to do anything, I will not say anything about it. If I plan to do something, I will do something about it. Okay? So thank you for the well wishes. I love my car. Some of you, you thought maybe it should have been bigger. For what? This is a big car. And by the way, you invest what you can afford. Okay? That's another secret. Okay? Janet, you say you will get a Maybach. I'm not 80. I'm not like stealing money from anywhere. So I invest in what I can afford. And by the way, the Maybach is on the way. Okay? So I'd rather invest my money in the business. It grows. And then when I'm ready, I can buy it. But for now, I buy what is within my means. Okay? It's a very, very, very good car. Remember, you don't buy a car because you want to show off. You buy a car because you need it. You buy a car because you want it and you need it for your work. Janet needs a car, okay? And she can afford it. But I love you so much for the well wishes. Pray for my car, pray for my health, and I'm praying for your health too, okay? So I love your comments. As I said, Janet does what she says. I mean business. And I say I'll come, I come. When I say I'm going to buy a Mercedes, I buy. And I bought and I showed you. If you didn't watch, go down here. It's on Instagram. It's everywhere. Follow me on Instagram, everywhere, and then you will see the Mercedes-Benz. But I'm here to show you how to come. This video is not for those who like guessing things. Okay? This video is people who have decided to change their lives. And I'm telling you right now, instead of going to, what can I say, a rally, a political rally, and saying, hey, go sit on a computer and just Google conferences in the United States. Okay? And follow through. Now, if one of those people, you like baking, okay, and you just want to do baking the way they taught you in school, fine, you do it. You are one of those people who knows how to bake, but you want to take baking to a next level. You want to know, how do people do baking in America? How do people do baking in Canada? And how do they turn baking ideas into a business? That's why you attend those conferences, okay? Don't get me wrong. Some of you just want to land here. If you land here, you must have a plan. Have a plan. Have a plan. Because some of you, Janet sent me a letter to invite me in the United States. No? Do you know how to bake? Do you know how sewing? Are you a carpenter? Okay? Are you a teacher? Are you a doctor? Okay? Are you a nurse? What are you? Some of the professions. You look for a conference in your profession and you improve your skill. And you can actually turn into a business just by knowing how the Americans do it. Just by knowing how Canadians do it. So that's why I'm here to talk about conferences. I've talked about conferences, but not in this sense, where I'm opening your eyes. Okay? And you wonder, me, I went to school for medical. I don't know anything about business. I invested my time in business. I'm serious. I paid an American to teach me how to start business. That's what I did. And don't invest in things if you cannot take action. Some of you can attend 10 conferences, 20 conferences, 30 conferences, you'll never do anything about it. Okay? Me, I invested in, I just found an American Caucasian guy, and I paid him money, and I said, I want you to teach me how to do business. And he taught me how to open a business from scratch to end. And I do exactly what he told me, and I see results. Okay, that's just how it works. I'm not there yet. You know, Janet doesn't speak about things she has not done, right? Yes, I do own a business. I learned a skill from the American and say, hey, how do you do business? Do you hear me? And then he taught me how to do business. Same to you if you know how to bake and you just want to stay at that level. Okay? So how is baking helping you? You want to do things the way they taught you at home. Good. How about you learn how the world does it? And how does that translate into business? Okay? And that will take you to the embassy. I'm just telling you. Just look at your profession. Use what you have. Use what you have. Okay? Use what you have. If you're a nurse, use what you have. If you're a teacher, use what you have. If you have agriculture, use what you have. If you're an engineer, if you're a doctor, use what you have. Look for a conference in your area. And by the way, before I forget, because this is very important, I've been doing this for a while. Some people, they find people in America, they invite them for a conference. A conference in religion. You've never stepped in church. You think the embassy is stupid. And then you show up 50 of you. And then you wonder why 2 people got. Because those 2 people have been attending church, they probably have a degree in divinity, religion, and they've been in the States attending conferences in religion. Some of you reach the embassy, they ask you about church, or why you are going to that conference, you don't know. And so you have to show them systematically, like, this is what I did, okay? I specialize in religion. I did a master's in divinity. And I see pastors in America making millions, and by the way, they make millions, okay? Through the word of God. Through the word of God, okay? Through the word of God. But you want to learn a skill on how to improve technology in church. And there's this conference in the United States that is talking about technology in church. Especially with COVID, going virtual and all these things. Okay? And so now, you're showing the embassy that your experience is religion. You're probably a choir master. You're probably a catechist. Okay? Now you're a catechist. And you have a diploma or a degree in religion. And you have a master's of divinity. Okay? And you've done Bible studies. And maybe your family also goes to church and they've been united. So there's a clear pathway and explanation. And by the way, when you go back, you are clearly attached to a church of which you are going to take the skills from the conference in the United States and take them back home. And you think like that. You own a bakery. You want to start a bakery. You have a diploma in bakery, in baking. And now you are looking for a course. You are looking for a conference in baking. Why? To improve your business back home. Will you come here and stick here? That's up to you. You really have to have a plan B if you come here. But us now, we are talking on how to come to America. You cannot just come and say, Janet, send me a letter to take me to America, and you don't have a plan, okay? I mean, it's just, that's the way it works. You have to learn the skill first. I love you so much for using your buttons, okay? Thank you so much for showing up. I appreciate you. Even if I don't go to the comments, I see all your comments are important. Okay, I love you so much for coming. Okay, you look for a conference in teaching, childhood education. Okay, you are specializing in special needs children. Okay, now you teach clearly, and of course I've talked about J1 visas and the teachers watching. Okay, you've specialized in teaching education. Now you want special education. Right? You come for a conference in special education. Why? Because you want to take back and improve the skill. And by the way, that is the difference. Okay? If there's anything I've learned in this country, is that I'm not an expert. And I'm willing to pay someone to teach me something to do it better. Can you have that mindset? Okay? Are we going to have that mindset us? Or we want to do things that have never worked? You cannot keep doing the same things and expect a different result. You cannot do the same things and expect a different result. Okay? So that's my recommendation. Okay? And by the way, I can post conferences here. I have a very good link, but as I told you last time, I don't think Facebook likes you coming here and then Janet takes you somewhere else. Okay? But clearly, I can. I can post conferences for you, okay? I can post conferences for you, but don't worry about that. Anyone who is following Janet Rangi, pen and paper, you Google conferences. If I were you, I'll start spending more time on Google. I'll start spending more time on Janet Rangi. I'll start spending more time on YouTube and learning about different conferences. In the United States, Canada is still closed because of COVID, okay? But we are going to be ready, so when it opens, we are there. Okay, we will be there. So that's what you do. But the title today is both countries. There is no difference. It doesn't matter. Okay, all right. Someone says talk about CPA. And by the way, anything Janet talks, apply it in your profession. Apply it in your profession. Okay, apply it in your profession. And failure is never bad. Failure opens your way to the next step. As I always say, Janet says, do plan A, plan B, plan C. I'm an expert in medical, okay? If you ask me a question in psychiatry, if you have a patient who has mental illness, if you have a question about diabetes, if you have a patient with heart disease or stroke, Janet will tell you, you know, that's what I've been doing all my career. If you ask me something in business, I probably don't know anything. Well, I know something, but I invest my time in learning how to do business. I invest my time with people who are educated in business. And I don't act like I know it all. I listen. Okay? I listen because I didn't go to school for business administration. I did not. And so I'm going to respect people that have that expertise. Okay? And sometimes it will take me money. And by the way, let me tell you. And you wonder, why does Janet do well? By the way, I do well. Some people don't believe me and I do well. Even some of you thought I probably sold the other car. No, I have the other car. I'm not selling it. It's paid off. My first Mercedes-Benz is parked. If I open my garage right now, that is the second one. You know what I mean? Because I'm anticipating. I have a daughter. She's growing up. I'm anticipating. But I need a nicer car. There's nothing that I tell you that I haven't done. Okay? I learn. Okay, and I don't care what other people say. You focus. I love you so much. Can you hear me, by the way? If I don't see comments, sometimes I don't know if people are hearing me, but I'll just continue the video. Okay, use your buttons if you can hear me, so I know. Okay, all right. If I sometimes, yeah, so, you know, I know some of you like inviting your friends and all that. Janet is here. You know your girl, okay? Who is going to show you the secrets that happen across the ocean, across the water, so you can apply that. You know, like we are looking for money. Some of you are lucky enough to be in politics. You'll make your money there. Some of us, no. We have to look for business. We have to look for education. Okay? Conferences. There's that person listening to me now. Okay? We're just going to go to Google. And that person has really heard what Janet said. Okay? They are a carpenter. They have some information in carpentry. And they are going to focus until they find that conference in carpentry. And they can tie that work, okay? Okay, they can show that they went to a certificate in carpentry. And they've been working in a carpenter shop. And they are going to look for a carpentry, course. And so there's a clear pathway when you show up. And how will you show up? You identify. By the way, let me go through this process very quick. Some of you are new on this page, so I really have to know who my audience is, okay? The first thing is to identify a conference. First of all, is to tell your mind, I'll make it, I'll make it, I'll make it, I'll make it. Some of you are very negative. But us on this page, you are very positive. We look at the possibilities. It's possible, okay? And then you look at, why am I investing in a conference? First of all, is to improve my skill. But secondly, is to meet people and network. Who knows 5 years from now? Who knows that five-year visa that they will give you and will keep coming over and over again? It can open other opportunities. So it's not just the conference. Okay, do you understand? The conference is just the beginning. The conference is just the beginning. The conference is just to give you a foot inside. And by the way, you will not lose because you will improve on the skill you already have, and then you take it back home. And you can implement that as a business idea, or you can decide to stick around and learn more, okay? Or you can come and watch Janet Rangi and then change that visa to student visa. Do you understand? Okay? Some of you come here and find love. Okay, some of you will find love. Me, I don't know, but I'm just telling you, our goal is to improve our skills. Are we on the same page? Our goal is to improve what we have without finding a relative. Okay, by the way, this is the process. Now you've made up your mind that if I get this conference, I'm going to get a 5-year visa, and this is how I'm going to use that visa. The first 3 weeks, I'll attend the conference, improve my skills. Okay, the second 3 months, maybe I have relatives and friends in the United States or Canada. I'm going to network and know what opportunities exist. Okay, if you don't have, you can probably stick around, because motels are about $40 a night. That's a cheap one. 60 per night. So you do the math. 60 per night. You do the math, okay, and then you come, learn, experience, take home, and then come back when you're ready. So it's a 5-year plan. Now once you've made up that mind, okay, you show up at the embassy. How? You go, you Google the embassy, you book an appointment, you do a good job with the DS-160. DS-160, you have to do a good job. What Janet is telling you, okay, that means you went to school for carpentry, you've been working in carpentry, and you want to improve your skill in carpentry. Clearly, what do you do during the day? Assemble the wood, line up the machines, make cabinets, do this. Why are you going there? To learn the new skills with the latest technology in carpentry, so that I can improve the business in Nairobi. I can improve the business in Accra. You know, the latest homes, they want the latest cabinets. That's why I'm coming for carpentry. Will that 5-year visa help you? Yes. You pay the fees. You have, as I always say, followers on Janet Rangi, they always have a passport. Okay? They'll ask you passport, which is not expiring in 6 months. It has to be active. 2x2 photographs. You do a good job with DS-160. You tell the truth about you, your family, your relationships in and outside America. Clean. If not applicable, you say not applicable. Clean job, clean job. You book an appointment. You watch Janet Rangi videos on what they are looking at the embassy. Okay? And then you try your luck. What is the worst that can happen? It's a no. It's a no. Does it mean that's the end of life? No. You've learned a skill. You can still go on YouTube, but you will learn how to bake the American way and combine where you come from and just know what the world knows. That's basically what Janet is doing. Is to understand that you're never an expert at everything. And you're not necessarily doing things the way the whole world is doing. So there's always room for improvement. There's always room for improvement. Okay? What Janet means, and I love your comments, okay? And by the way, if I don't reply to your comments, sometimes I read all of them. Sometimes I go like. Long time I used to go into stories, oh, thank you so much and all that, and sometimes I waste too much time. But even if I like, it means Janet has read your comments, and she just loves your comments, okay? And she loves you so much for following. Okay, now let's go to Canada. Canada, the pandemic is closed to visitors. But when it opens, when people go there, it's just a lot, okay? If you go there as a student, if you go on a conference and you network, I just feel like they have more opportunities, especially for immigrants, okay? That one I will do in the next videos, okay? Our first step is to get that visa on conferences. And then we know how to use the visa to our own benefits. To our own benefit. So what is basically Janet saying? You have something in life that you already trained, that you already experienced, okay? What are you gonna do? Use America, use Canada to improve what you already have, okay? Through a conference, by attending a conference, okay? The conference is just a door, right? That will give you maybe 3 weeks of training or 3 months of training. But the visa will be what? 5 years. Who knows how you can use the visa? Janet is all about options. Here is the girl. She's bringing money to you. I'm just saying, and I'm not showing off. I'm just telling you the truth. If 1,000 people come because of Janet Rangi, I've done a lot for the economy. I've done enough for those 1,000 families. Okay? And they are taking money back home. And they are taking money in the economy. And they are looking at life differently. Okay? If you see how people do things, you improve because you're already good. You know, all of you are good at what you do, of course. Okay? You are very good teachers. You are very good carpenters. You are very good bakers. Okay? You are very good dancers. You are very good doctors, pharmacists, and all that. okay? But there's room for improvement, okay? I've told you my story personally. When I went to UCLA, I felt like they cleaned me from again afresh. And I was very good at what I do, okay? But you know, like the cleaning that happened was a lot. I'm honest. There's some things I had done something called health assessment. I knew what health assessment is, okay? Health assessment, this one I can give examples because I've given examples for bakers, I've given examples for carpentry and religion, okay? I can tell you medical, there's a course called health assessment, okay? Health assessment, of course, if you show up at the door, I've looked head to toe, okay? I can say scrappy hair, messed hair, clean looking, well kept. I can tell if your teeth are clean or dirty. Okay, I can tell if your eyes are red or not. I can tell if you're sleepy. I can tell if your speech is slurred. If you can't walk or you're using a walking stick, you're using a wheelchair. I can tell if you're limping. I'm like, do you have pain? I can see if you're saying back, That's health assessment, okay? That is just by looking, okay? So, and then I can take my stethoscope and know what is going on with you. I say, open your mouth. I open all the way. I see inside there. I see you're swollen red. I give antibiotic. I say, go bring your ear. I look inside. I see it's okay. I look at your teeth. I'm like, go see a dentist. Okay. I take off your shirt. I say, this breast here, we need to do something. The stomach, I'm like, you need to cut your weight. You understand? Down here, I put family planning. And I say, I see this charge here. Take some medicine to clean these things up. You understand? I see fibroids down there. And so that is called health assessment. And I thought I was very good. When I went to UCLA, they made me do that again. And I started looking at things differently. So now I was able to capture the heart mamas. Before I just hear the boom, boom, lab dab, S1, S2, S. When I went to UCLA, now they taught me and I cannot clearly hear heart mama. Okay? I can tell if there's a rub. I can tell if there are vegetations in your heart. Okay, I can tell if there's fibrosis in your lungs just by listening, if I wheezing and all those. So they made sure I have that skill. Okay, they made sure I can see in the eye all the way to, see all those lens and make sure they are not, wherever, blood pressure in your eyes and all those. So that's health assessment. Now I could have stopped and say, I know what I know. All right, and then now I went and they cleaned me up. Okay, so what I'm telling you, there's always room for improvement, okay? And that's what conferences are going to do, okay? Now let me come to Janet Rangi people. That's what conferences are going to do, okay? Conferences are going to do that. Conferences are going to bring you here, right? They are going to tailoring. Conferences are going to bring you here. You might get a 5-year visa. You can always use it as a return ticket. You can always come and learn from people who come from your country, okay? And they can tell you how they survived here. They can tell you how they went to school. They can tell you how they started a business. They can invite you in their homes to get you started with life here, okay? They can introduce you to a single person. There are people here looking for marriage. Me, I don't know. I don't know. Did I tell you my story? I went to Vermont when I first came here. And this lady in the cafeteria told me, Janet, we have so many lost boys here. Where are they going to find wives? What does this immigration do? When they immigrate do they make sure you come with a wife? Do they make sure you come with a husband? Okay? Some people don't have wives. Some people don't have wives. Some people don't have husbands. Do you understand? It is what it is. And so you're helping society when you come as a single person. You're just an addition to a marriage. You understand? You're in your 20s and you find someone who's been looking. Or you're one of those followers. You're one of those followers who has 5 children or 3 children, and you're a single mom and you don't have a man, okay? And you find a man who has 3 kids, and you blend the family. You know what I mean? Maybe that man back home was just beating the crap out of you. You are tired of abuse, right? And then you show up in a conference, and then they introduce you to a very caring man who is religious, who goes to church every day, and who treats you like a queen, and like waking you up with flowers in bed, with cakes. I don't know. Use your buttons if you agree. It can happen. It can happen, my friends. You understand? It can happen. So I saw lost boys. And by the way, there are so many people in this country, refugees. They didn't come with wives. They didn't come with husbands. How are they supposed to survive? Is that a human right? Do you understand? So I've seen people who are married and they are very happy. Okay? I've seen people who are very happy. But some of these people, they actually need wives and husbands. I've seen them. You find someone has a good car, like Janet Rangi. Me, I'm happy. Hey, no. Don't start judging Janet. No, Janet is happy. Okay, Janet is happy. Okay, I'm not lonely. I'm not lonely. No. I'm not lonely. I am a happy woman. I'm paired. How about that? I'm paired. Okay, I never sleep lonely. I'm not like me. I'm not looking. Okay, I'm not looking. But I'm just telling you that can happen. Okay, a conference can bring you here and you solve other people's problems. 1 + 1 = 2. If you find someone 1 and you don't add another 1, we are not happy people. Me, I've watched the animals in the jungle. They don't like being alone. I agree. I've seen animals in the jungle. Have you seen? Me, I've seen. By the time I'm done with conferences, Janet is on part 2. Welcome, Janet Rank is back. Okay, Janet Rank is part 2. Some people watch for part 2. Part 1 is boring, and Janet is done. Janet is done with part 1. Now we're on part 2. Welcome to part 2. Use your buttons. I've watched animals in the jungle, and they don't like being alone. They will chase all the males. The males will be competing. They want a female. And human beings are the same too. They need a partner. Do you understand? They need it. Who wants to be alone? It's a human, so when Janet talks about conferences, look at the big picture. Look at the big picture. Don't look at the small picture. Look at the big picture. Because the big picture could be business. The big picture could be student visa. The big picture could be marriage. Okay? And just in case you didn't know. In case you didn't know, okay? If you marry an American citizen, you get papers. Of course, the marriage has to be legitimate. Yeah, someone says lost boys. They're in Vermont. I used to read them on papers. Because they came here as refugees. And many of them are even, sorry, I don't want to mention people, and then you quote me. Don't quote me. This is off record for those who've done journalism. If I say off record and you go and quote me, you're wrong. You are not a professional journalist. Off record. I saw them in Vermont. And by there I went to Minnesota and I saw so many of them. Okay? If you're from Sudan, clap, amen. If you are from Somali, clap, amen. If you went through Kakma, okay? Some of them are from Burma. In this city we have Afghanistan, we have Iraq, we have Burma, we have the Congo, we have the Tanzanians, and who else are here? We have Somali, we have Sudan, Burma, we have from Asia, we have Afghanistan, Iraq, okay? You know what I mean? And we really need to be partnered. Because we cannot be bringing one species without a partner. The species need to be paired and Noah's Ark. Okay? The animals went 1 by 1 in 2s. Me, I don't remember. Did anyone watch Noah's Ark? The Bible? If you watch the Bible, you saw Noah's Ark. Noah's Ark had animals walking 2 by 2. Oh, did anyone say animals walking 1 by 1? Me, I saw a female giraffe and a male giraffe. I saw chickens, a cock and a cockerel, or wherever, a rooster and a hen. Okay, I saw them. They were paired. Okay, so that's what's happening here. Okay, so come in conferences. A motel is about $80, $60 per night. So that means if you can pay a motel for two months, then you're able to afford a conference, and then you show up, learn, visit, okay, and then make those decisions. And I love you so much for following, okay? And yeah, okay, did you see my Mercedes Benz? Okay, if you didn't see, go down here and see Janet in Dallas. I drove it back. It's very nice. I was just talking on they say, Mercedes, I'm cold. Mercedes radio. Mercedes, can you put a Diamond from Tanzania, and then the music boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? I had a good trip. And Janet doesn't teach you things she hasn't done. Okay? I've done all these things. I've gone to school. Okay? Some of these things I've achieved because of age, but hard work. And I'm telling you, I invest in people to teach me things. Okay, so right now I can tell you I understood business not just by going to school. I invested time in an American. I told this American, sit down, teach me. And every Thursday, I'm telling you, this is a true story. Every Thursday, I used to have this Caucasian lady call me, and she will teach me step by step what to do. And then we'll do together, and then we'll do together, and we'll do together. Okay, then I'd open a business, and I'll start this number, and then I'll do this, and then I'll do that. That's what I did. Okay, and that's where I am. And I'm just improving on what I have. Okay, I have a very close friend who has done business. I must say he does most of the work, and I can't wait to invest more. Okay, now I'm learning, because as I told you, me, I know medical. Okay, I don't know business. So that's what you do. If you don't know something, you believe that you are not an expert, and you agree. Do you love my house? Do you love my house? Okay, nice lamp. Do you love the lamps? This is how you make your house comfy. I'm not gonna be bored. I have my lamps here. I have my throw-in pillows, okay? And I'm gonna paint it. And by the way, when I make it a smart home, you will all see. I make all the walls white, and the fridge, I'll just be saying ice. We have smart homes in America right now, okay? The door, if I open now, you'll just hear the door speaking to me. Front door open, okay? That is common. Many people have that. But I say, can you set the temperature at 55 or 68? Okay, and the fridge, I'll just be telling the fridge open, okay, and all those things, I'm gonna do them. That's what I mean by using the American dream. Some of you in America, you don't use your dream. Janet uses it to the max, and she shares with her people. I share with you. Like now, I've just poured 100 secrets. I've poured secrets that some people think Janet is here playing blogging or vlogging. When Janet is just pouring secrets to her success. And people think she's not successful. No, I am. I am. Okay? It's not a hoax. Did you see me in Dallas? Okay? It's not a hoax. And I've not sold my old Mercedes. It's right there. They are both packed small. I have a baby. We have a mom and daughter, okay? Right here. Next time I'll do it in the video. And I do this, for those who followed me for a long time, Janet does this to show you that it's possible. And I don't do things out of guesswork. I do things because I've done them, okay? If they fail, Janet will come and tell you they failed. And if I succeed, I will just tell you how I succeeded. Like now I've poured secrets. I said I had to pay someone to teach me how to do business. And now I'm attached to someone that understands business. It is what it is. I am not an expert, but it's working for me, so I can only grow, okay? And if I grow, I'll grow with you along the way. Someone listen to me. Someone listen to me. And they'll be, and by the way, I went to Dallas. Did I tell you yesterday I was in Dallas? I don't think they are very open. So some of the things were good, but some were depressing because some places looked abandoned. I have people in the East who tell me that they don't leave the house yet. I have friends here in the United States that kids didn't go to school. So it's a big country. Okay, for us, we made a difficult decisions. For me personally, my kids went to school. They wore their mask, and we were not allowed to step in the school. They made nice pavements where we just keep, of course, we always drop them. But now they didn't allow us to go to class. But we could not step in the building, only the kids and the teachers. Okay? And these are some of the things you'll not hear on TV. You think the TV will come and tell you how successful these small cities in Texas have been. They will not. So be careful what you put in your brain. Okay? We took kids to school. Our kids are not depressed. Our kids have been playing. But they wore the mask. It was an experiment, but it was successful. Was it a little bit depressing to hear those messages on the phone every day? So and so, someone tested positive, someone, until we got immune, okay? But we thank God, we prayed, okay? Most of the people just did fine, okay? Our kids went to school so far, cross fingers, God has been faithful. Compared to some areas in this country, that people are still stuck in the house. And they are busy watching the TV to tell them what to do. They are busy waiting for the union to open their schools. And every region has the good and the bad. Okay? Me, I always say, open your mind, be open. Everyone has a good idea. Okay? So you can have good ideas and bad ideas. But if you have an open mind, you will learn to see things in a fair way. Okay? You will just learn how, these were very difficult decisions. Some parents made a decision to have their kids learn from school, and some made a decision their kids to learn from home. None of those decisions was easy. Both of them were difficult. But I'm just saying, if they were fair enough, they will come and say the truth, that for those who chose to take their kids to school, this is what happened. Because our kids are going to graduate, okay? And now the teachers are immunized, and we are very thankful, okay? And the kids have not been depressed. I woke up every morning, I drop my daughter to school with a mask. My son drives himself with a mask, hand sanitizer, but they all went to school. And their mom went to work every day. Okay? And I can tell you, in this city right now, we are so many. Why? Because some places have locked their people down and they don't have a lot of jobs. And now people are coming here. But I still wear my mask, and I'm vaccinated. Okay? I'm vaccinated. And let me just finish about vaccines. I encourage all of you, this is a difficult decision. These vaccines have not been approved, but they are being used for emergency use. Okay, but someone who has knowledge, some of these vaccines, they are life-saving based on history. Secondly, some people say, oh, they've done a very quick job. You never know. Who told you have to do things the same way you used to do in the 60s? If vaccines used to take 15 years or 10 years in the 60s, that doesn't mean in 2021 or 2020 vaccines have to take 10 years. It's a building block. So they have blocks in place. So in the 60s, they started here. Okay, last year, 2020, they had to start a little bit higher. So obviously, it's going to be a shorter time. Number 2, funding. The reason why you don't have a medicine for malaria is because it affects people in Africa who do not have money, and no one can fund that. That's just the truth, plain truth. That is the truth. Because you find a product, you sell to us at home, we are not ready to invest. And that's why Janet is saying, learn what the word knows. Are you willing to put in your dollar to get something out of it? Your chip is expensive, okay? You're willing to stick where you are. You're not willing to put in the time and the money. You will get what you get. Okay? Someone else will put in the money and get the value out of it. Okay? And so, this time, the governments all over the world, they put money in the vaccines. So there was funding, and people are dying the whole world, and technology has improved. So obviously, vaccines will take a short time. Can they guarantee you the future of the vaccine? No, but they can use history to judge how it's going. Okay, so me personally, I'd rather get the vaccine than stay around and hope the corona will not kill me. Okay, but that's up to you, because it has not been approved by FDA. Okay, it has been for emergency use, but I'm just telling you what I went through. I love you so much for coming. Merci beaucoup. Kwaheri. Until next time. Yeah, sometimes you have to give to get. Parable of the rich man in the Bible. Okay? You reap what you sow. Okay? You reap what you sow, my friends. You put in, you get. You put in, you get. Okay? And some of you believe in just saving until you're 80 or 60, which is good. Saving is always good, by the way. I save. You always want to save. But at the same time, money makes money. Okay? There is just no other way. There is no other way. Money makes money. Even farmers can tell you that. You have to plant crop and then you get it back, hopefully twice or 3 times. Okay? So you can choose to put your $50 in the bank, and me, I'll choose to take the $50 and put in a project that will cost me $50, and then in 3 months, the $50 gives me $300. So who's better off? But it's a skill, okay? And it's a risk. Very few people are willing to take, okay? So do you know, Janet Rangi? That is my secret, okay? That is my secret. I'm willing to take risks. I'm willing to pay for a service, okay? I'm willing to learn, and I'm willing to invest, and I'm willing to lose. It's not easy. That is the combination of success. Some of you, even if I tell you to invest $500, you will start panicking. Janet takes a risk. I'm telling you. I take a risk on $20,000. I take a risk on $35,000. Okay? And then you start wondering, no, I work hard. I'm not one of those people that will go on Instagram and say, I'm just, rich. No, I put in the work and I expect the fruits. Sometimes I burn a little bit. Okay? I burn. And I throw it away. I'm like, wherever. Next. After a while, you do it so much that you understand how to take risks. So next time you see an opportunity, you are not scared because you've been doing it so much, your brain is now used to that. Okay? My brain is so used to risk. My brain is so used to spending. And my brain is so used to investing. So I'm willing to take a risk. Okay? But it took me a while. Okay? So I don't think twice. I see an opportunity, I jump in. It's risky. Don't try. That's why I say it's a mindset. You do your research first. And understand that you are not an expert. Okay? Understand that that's just way. But all I can tell you, money produces money. Okay? And it's okay to be safe. And just save for a rainy day. And just, But if you want growth, you have to invest, my friends. Hi, it's Janet Rangi. What about combination of health law? Will it also have a problem at the embassy? It just depends how you talk to them. That's why it's called a face-to-face interview. Okay? Yes. I love that your brain is so to use risk, but also makes you successful. That's true. Okay? Have you learned a lot? Okay, Janet, most embassies not processing B1, B2, they are cancelled, yet some of us had conferences to do advice on shift. I'll go check the embassy to see which one. By the way, they go by your country. So if your country decides to say Corona is bad, the embassy is going to close. Even them, they're just depending on what you do. If your country opens up, they will open. Like this one is just, there's nothing but prepare. Always prepare. I told you, when people are sleeping during Corona, we are like, okay, we are scared, but we're going to prepare, hoping that the next, in the next few weeks or years, things will be good. Always be prepared. Okay? So, but now the vaccines are out, so things are trending towards opening. I was in Dallas, I was in the airport, it feels like 40% open. I wish I showed you my pictures at the airport. Okay? So yesterday I woke up in the morning. Okay? I woke up at 7:30, I showered, brushed my teeth, packed, and then I went to the airport. By 9:30, I was in there. They screened me. I sat. By 10:30, I flew to Dallas. Okay? After I reached the airport, I took an Uber. The Uber took me to Mercedes-Benz. I went there. I had to talk to them on the phone and online, and they knew what I'm expecting. So that's why when I reached there, you saw me greeting. They showed me the car. I had told them online. After I did the video, went in, I did paperwork, signed my life away. Not my life, okay? Signed my money away, okay? And then I drove back. It's 5 hours away. So I left Dallas at around 4. It was raining, so I had to drive slowly. By around 9:30, I was back in Amarillo. And I have my car. Why did you go to Dallas, Janet? Because I live in a small city, okay? We don't have a Mercedes-Benz here, okay? We have a Toyota, we have VW, we have American cars, but for me to get a Mercedes, I have to go to a big city. So that's why I flew there to get the car I wanted. Okay? And some of you ask me, Janet, why do you live in a small city? I can tell you some of the advantages. I lived in big cities. I lived in California. And this, I was discussing with a lady that grew here in Amarillo, but she moved to California. She's American. And she was telling me, how do you find it? I said, she went to school here. And we were discussing, it was the same things that I was thinking about. In California, it's so competitive and so many people, okay? My kids will not have had a music program unless I pay like the rich, okay? In my small city, we have music programs. So not only our kids going to school for education, a very good program, okay? My son in primary, here we call it elementary, he played an instrument. And he started to be introduced to orchestra, okay? And then by the time he went to high school, middle school, he had a combination of orchestra and band, okay? And then when he went to high school, he played band. And then during my free time, I took him to piano. So he has learned piano, and then he was playing trombone, which was his choice, and the violin. Violin was elementary, and then high school he played the trombone. But trombone, when he's there, he learned about the saxophone, because they are kids, they learn too quick. So you're gonna play other kids' instruments, and this is the same teacher. So by the time the kids graduate, they have like 6, 7 instruments they know how to play. Now, can I do that in California? Yes, but I'll have to pay, a lot. But here it's part of the public school system. Same thing with my daughter. Now she started the violin. I'll do the same thing as the brother. So not only are they learning education, they know how to play instruments. I love that. And why? Because I live in a small city. And then another thing, I used to take them to Boys and Girls Club. Because childcare is expensive here, and I didn't have a lot of money that time. I didn't have someone to take care of them. I was in California. I went to join Boys and Girls Club. They put me on a waiting list. Luckily, I moved here in this small town in Texas. There was no waiting list. They were ready, and my kids were getting free food and everything, and they will take care of them. They take them for basketball during summertime. When I'm working, they go swimming. They have a lot of food from the food banks just to give them. Not that they needed food, but they have those activities to play with other kids. Why? Because I was in small town. I don't compete with people. Another thing, I have my son has 7 admissions in universities. I'm going to choose them very wisely. Do you think Janet in her right mind is going to take the son in a place where there's competition, especially from immigrants? I am not. Brains, because I want him to do professional, pre-medicine. So I look 5 years down the road. I can choose to be in Dallas and feel good, and Houston and these big cities, and show you how I live in a big city. But under that, I wake up with traffic every day. Do you know my job is like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, I've already picked kids, I'm in the house, I'm cooking dinner. Within 15, 30 minutes, 20, 40 minutes, I've woken up, I've showered, I'm at work. So those are the things that bring me in a small city. Houses, they are cheaper, so everything is it's easy to raise children. So that's why Janet is in a small city. So it's up to you. It's up to you. I'm happy for those people. And by the way, does this look like I live in a farm? Good house. And I can tell you good, even better than those who are in Houston and Dallas. And those big cities you see on Instagram and Snapchat, And keep following Janet Rangi, because she wants you to be like her, I come in and I teach you, I show you what is possible. Some of you might not succeed to come, but you'll succeed a change of mindset. You will believe in yourself. You'll not wait for other people to do anything for you, because now you believe. All right, the result for the green card this month, May. Are they here? I better go and check. I better go and check the results. I forgot to check. They usually come out. Green card, they usually come out this month. Yeah, someone says, who is that? Wanjiru? Yes, that's not a farmhouse. Thank you. Yeah, it looks, Wanjiru. Looks nice. Looks nice. Right. Canada conferences links. Okay, good. But remember, Canada is a little bit close. They are kind of going with research and slowing things down, and people are still locked. But the trend is about opening, I love you back, Anna, and everyone else. Someone says, beautiful home. Thank you so much, All right. Someone says, I think it's good to live in a small city. Janet does not impose, But I present the pros and cons, and you make the decision. Me, I've just told you why I live in a small city, Why it has worked for me. Next time we have someone that lives in a big city, they will tell you why they live there. I can tell you some of them, they have big malls. Like yesterday I went to Dallas, I felt like I'm on vacation. The malls look nice. They have a variety of restaurants, they have more things to do, But for me, I think if I go there on that day, I feel like I'm on vacation. When I go to Dallas, I feel like I'm on vacation. All right? So that's how it works. And then I can go to the canyon. There's not a lot for me to do, but I compromise. What works for me? Now my son is going to university now, and then maybe now I have more time. Now I can even go to the big city. I just sell my house, and I'm out of here. You see what I mean? And so success is in many, many, many ways. And some of you have not built a house at home. We have to keep on investing at home. But me, I believe in having money. When you have money, you just show up. I say, Barclays. Barclays, I have some $30,000. Erect for me a house. They will erect for you a house in 3 months. And so for me to even build a house, who's going to live in that? Okay? I'm going to try and convince my mom so I can get a bulldozer to put down her house so I can build for her another one. It's very hard to change their homes. I respect her, you know, because my dad passed away and she looks at her memories. Okay, so I don't know. I'm going to try and call her this week and say, you know, I can bring a bulldozer and we start all over. Okay? I love you so much. Okay, there's no green card in Canada. Okay, there's no green card in Canada, but they call it permanent residency. Even in America, it's permanent residency. It's just the word green card. It stands for permanent residency. Okay, this is the life I'm always fighting for. By the way, it's hope. This is to tell you it's possible. Did you see the video in the Mercedes Benz? I came with $200 in the pocket. I was 8 months pregnant. I was 8 months pregnant. I didn't know where I was going. I didn't have relatives. Okay, but I just do one day at a time. I put in, before I go, make use of your 20s. If there's anything Janet can tell you, make use of your 20s. Okay, if your 20s, even 30s, but make use of your 20s. Like, do the right things. Make sure you have your education down. Okay, but as you improve, you know, like, do the right things within your age group. Okay, is it possible? Always not. But it's never too late. Rangi does not believe it's never too late. Okay, it's never too late. Okay, but I love you so much for coming. Merci beaucoup. Kwaheri. Until next video. Okay, muchas gracias. Merci beaucoup. Okay, who is that? Someone says the link, please. Okay, yeah, I'll send the link but Facebook doesn't like me sending you out of this page. They just don't like it. Okay, but I love you so much for coming. I have to go. Okay, I have to go. I have to wash my clothes. Thankfully, machine. Okay, I just have to put in the wash and dryer. It's a lot though, because once I put there, I have to be dry and then fold. So enjoy. I hope you enjoyed my house. May I share with you so even you can be like me. Okay, someone says build a house next to the old one so she can move in after it's complete. Okay, yeah, but the old house is in a very pretty place. It's the ideal place to build, but you're right. But my 2 brothers have built home. No, 3 brothers have big homes around her, so I guess she can go sleep here, there. But I like that. I like that. Okay, I like that suggestion from you. Someone says adios. Yes, thank you. Bye bye, and I love you back, Leah. Okay, who's that? Leah Nyokabi. Okay, Mary Lillian Okumu, I love you back. Asante. Eve, thank you. Okay, someone says just build her another house. Eve, thank you so much. I love your comment. That's why I watch your comments. That's why I share with you. Because Janet and you guys, we are real. I love this page because we are real, right? Okay, we say things the way they are, and we are going to change the mindsets. And we are going to just build ourselves from scratch. We are just do what Janet is saying and just build yourself. From now on, no desperation. No desperation, okay? We are going to try what the world has tried. No desperation. Okay, no desperation. I hope those that came for conferences, go back. This will be a long video. You will have to invest money, bundles, or internet to watch it. Okay, but you know, like, keep on doing for you. If you're here on conferences, I've just told you how to do it and the benefits of those conferences. Okay, all right. Thank you so much. I have to go. Bye bye, guys. Merci beaucoup. Bye. See ya.